Hey guys, Horace here, and today I'm back with another video. As you guys can see by the title, this is some of the building hacks that I have come up with the new 1.16 snapshot. Anyway, something else I would just like to add is that I will only be working or uploading on the weekends due to the fact that I work almost 60 hours a week during the week, and that's just too much for me to keep up with YouTube and work. And so I'm just going to be uploading on the weekends. Anyway, hopefully you all enjoy, and I'll just get right into it. The first one I would like to show you is a new type of fence where all you have to do is make a simple outline of whatever fence you want to make, and using the salt you can build up the fence into a fairly random pattern. I think this looks best in the Nether itself, but it also works in the overworld if you have the patience to do so. And then by taking some gray concrete powder, you can add a little bit of texturing detail to the build itself, giving it a nice look. That way it doesn't look like it's the exact same block all the way across. Another thing that you can use are either the new torches, or you can use some of the new lanterns to give it a little bit of a flourish. The next thing that you could do, and what I like doing, is you can go and find some of the fire coral, or whatever kind of coral you want, and add some of these corals to it, and they will die and look like they are growths on top of the, or beside the fence block, looking kind of like mushrooms or dead mushrooms that fit very well with the Nether theme where everything seems to die. Anyway, on to the next one. The next one I'd like to show you is using the Crimson Stem, then placing whatever type of block, then placing a warped slab, and then breaking whatever block was under there, and then placing a lantern. And as you can see, it gives the effect that the slab is being held up, but in fact it's not, as there is a small gap between the two blocks, but from a fairly far distance it is pretty much unnoticeable. The next one I'm going to be showing you does take a little preparation, but I definitely think it will be worth it. I do need some of the new type of fence block. Now I'm going to be building one thing over here and then another fairly close. I don't want to make it too large, otherwise it might take a little bit too long. Now you can make these as high as you want, or you can use connecting buildings to also use these. Now I want to make sure that these look connected, and that so they have a little bit of droopiness, and then I'm going to just edit them up a little bit so they look a little bit nicer, not so weird. There we go. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is using some of these blocks to look a little bit festive. And there we go. And with the new block, the weeping vines, you can add these to the bottom. Obviously, this would probably be better higher off the ground, but this does give you an idea. That way it looks a little bit more textured. Another thing that you can do is you can add some banners to it to give it a little bit more texture, even after I added some of the weeping vines, and then it looks like a very festive type of I don't know, banner, string. I don't know what they're entirely called, but I do know that they're used, and I definitely like the look of them. In tribute to the Nether update, I thought I might as well make a new portal with the blocks. You will see this in one of my up-and-coming videos, or you will see this portal before this video. And it is a fairly simple, basic layout that you can use at any time. Actually, these need to go down one more, and I will show you why. But then I'm going to add a little bit more netherite to the portal so you could flex to all your friends. And then I'm going to add some nether brick stairs all the way around the build. Then with some ancient debris, I'm going to add all the way there. And obviously you don't have to fill that in, but you can just be flexing all of the things today with this portal. Then, very simply, you put some of these weeping vines on the side, along with some soul lanterns. Then, we're going to take some of these walls and then add them to the stairs. And then, fairly simply, put another few lanterns to give it even a better vibe. Then the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to light the portal. Very simple, very easy, but super, super time consuming, and you can also flex how much blocks of netherite you have to your friends. The next one I'm going to be showing you is using the new basalt and some dead tubed coral, adding a nice little path texture. Then with some walls, you can follow around the path and give it a nice little texture around the build. Obviously, I'm going to have to change some of these walls to be a little bit different so that you can get the full vibe, but other than that, it gives a very nice texture, and if you're going for a very medieval or mountainous town, this definitely would be a block that I would be using a lot. Again, you can even use a lantern to light up your path. Gosh, I love these lanterns. I've been deprived of them for too long. The next one I'm going to be showing you is super simple. Using the basalt, you can add little patches of it places, and then what you can do with it is you can add some trapdoors, and what this will do is it will actually add a little bit of a cobblestone in a barrel type of texture, which allows you to have a little bit more detail instead of just having the normal cobblestone in these that don't look as good, especially when you have them on the floor. They're much darker, and I just feel like they look a lot nicer in these barrel type situations. Obviously, another thing you can do is you can add um, the oak trapdoor to fill them in, and you still have that texture, but I personally like them open to give you a little bit more um, ability to look at the textures. You can even put a button or so on some of them to look like the stone is actually coming up out of the carts. The next one I'm going to be showing you is a raised flower bed with some of the new blocks. Now, obviously, we need some of this warped nylium, and that's going to be super simple to put in, and it's super simple to make. These can be as large or as detailed as you want, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to make a few of these, and I'm going to make a bunch of trees to give it a nice new texture. What the heck in the world happened there? I am not entirely sure, but I'm going to cut this back just a little bit so that it doesn't look so overwhelming. But I've never seen that happen, although this is a snapshot, so bugs do happen. So there we go. Now it doesn't look so incredibly overpowering. Then I'm going to add some of the new warps, roots, and sprouts, but also some of these blue orchids. Actually, they don't even work. That's so sad. I didn't realize that they didn't work. Actually, these you can't even see, so I'm just going to add some of these. And then there you got a new type of flower bed. Obviously, you can use these with whatever you want, but for some of the detailing, you could definitely use some of this six-sided stuff to give it a little bit more detail if you so wanted. Obviously, totally optional. Anyway, that is a raised flower bed in the new 1.16 snapshot. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me today. Hopefully these gave you a few ideas of things that you can use in the new 1.16 snapshot. Kind of stumbled over my words there for a bit. Anyway, guys, hopefully y'all had a fantastic day, and I'll see you later. Bye.